So I'm not sure if I told you guys, but about a month ago, my boyfriend decided to surprise me by giving me my birthday present early, like a month early. And I was actually given this really amazing gift, the Siser Juliet cutting machine. For those of you that are not familiar with that brand, I want to say it's pretty new, like a new competitive to the hobby cutting sphere. Usually you would only hear of like Cricut and Silhouette cutters, but in the past 1 or 2 years, Siser, Siser, has entered into the competition, and so far, like, it has received really good reviews. But I obviously have my own cutting machine and I don't have the money to spend on another one yet when this one isn't like completely broken, albeit it does give me a lot of problems. Like any other Cricut owner, you probably can relate to this. But yeah, I was given the Siser Juliet cutter by my boyfriend. It is the best gift ever. I was not expecting it, and I'm just super thankful because it is so instrumental having like a machine that works and is reliable in cutting things out, whether you're making sticker sheets or stickers, even cutting out vinyl and regular paper. It's so important to have a machine that is reliable and does not give you headaches at the end of the day, because we already have a lot to do as small business owners, as you may know. So yeah, it's been about a month now. I'm not sure if I shared this when I first got it, but I kept quiet about it at first because I was doing like testing and stuff. So it's been about a month now, and I wanted to share my experience with you guys after having it for a month. Now, as I talk about the Siser, I'm going to be comparing it with my Cricut Explore Air 2. I don't own anything else. I've never owned a Silhouette or any of the newer Cricut machines, so I cannot comment about those. So just take that into consideration as I talk about these things. Okay, so first of all, let's talk about the way it cuts, because that is what I mainly use my Cricut and Siser for, is to make stickers or sticker sheets. It cuts like a dream. Granted, it is new, so understandably the blade is ultra sharp. A thing with Siser is that it's up to you to decide the blade pressure to use in whatever project that you're working on. Not like the Cricut Explore Air 2, I had like certain dial options like paper minus, paper plus, vinyl plus. The Siser it goes by a numeric scale, so you can go from like 1 to, I'm not sure what the max is because I didn't try that, nor do I have the desire to kind of like, make my blade do a lot of work unnecessarily. But you can dial it from, like level 1 pressure and turn it up. For my stickers, where I use the matte laminate film, I'm at about, I think, 30 to 34, if I'm not mistaken. Again, it will vary depending on the sticker paper that you use, the laminates, anything else that you put on top of it to cut. So obviously with a new machine, you're gonna have to do some test runs. And surprisingly for me, with the test runs that I did, I feel like I didn't really waste anything, so that was really fabulous. I want to say the design space as well. Not every design space is perfect, so I'm sure I'm bound to find something like wrong, but so far it's been super easy. And I don't know if you guys can see, but this is like a sticker design. I just did this as a sample. I've already cut these out, but this is how much I can put for this one particular sticker design at 2.25 inches in width. I can really pack it onto a sheet of paper that's 8.5 by 11. So those 4 borders corner, they're the registration marks for the Siser. It still does that, kind of like the Cricut, but it is a much larger space. That is the max size that it will allow you to cut, because anything too close to the border, it will not recognize. So you need to put your artwork, whatever you want to print and cut, within those registration lines, and then it'll work. So I'm able to, basically what I'm trying to show you guys is I'm able to put the sticker designs really close to each other, and the Siser will cut it without a problem. Like I have so far with all the stickers that I've been making, and if you follow me on Instagram, you'll know that I have been coming up with a lot of new sticker designs, and I've been using the I've been using the Siser for the past month to make all of those stickers. And this is exactly what I do, because I like to save space and make sure that I am maximizing the amount of stickers that I can create on one sheet. I put them really, really close to each other with, a small gap in between, and the Siser is able to cut through it without any, inaccuracies. So far so good. I have not done any, calibration like I did with my Cricut. There was no calibration. It just worked right out of the box. So I was very, very impressed with that. The Siser also is compatible with different cutting mats. Like if you have a Silhouette or a Cricut cutting mat, it will work with those, so you can use that. But it does come with a Siser cutting mat. I think it's a light tack. I'm not sure. I didn't open it. I haven't used it, and I've been using my Cricut light grip to feed into it. And you can also actually cut things on the Siser without the cutting mat if you're doing like kiss cut stuff, or if you're like cutting vinyl where it doesn't cut all the way. You can actually do that, and it's really, really neat. There's an option in the design space. The design studio is called Leonardo, by the way. So you can have that option to just not use a cutting mat in the design studio. A difference between Cricut and the Leonardo, the Siser machine, is that the cutter starts at the bottom left. So if you notice here, there's a little arrow to tell you this is where the machine will start. And what's really unique about the Leonardo, I keep saying Leonardo, I'm sorry, that's the design system or studio, but the Siser will cut wherever you leave the blade. So you're kind of more responsible. Like you need to be more responsible with being mindful as to where you leave the blade housing. Because if you just leave it in the middle of the page, it will start cutting like in the middle of the page. Especially if you don't have these registration marks, if it's just like a cut job, not a print and cut job. The Siser will scan the registration mark, so you shouldn't really have a problem with that. But with other things, like if you're cutting regular vinyl or shirt vinyl, HTV, it will just start cutting where you put it. So it does tell you, like they do have like tutorials, and it's pretty easy. Like I would not say that there's like a learning curve with Siser. If you know how to operate your Silhouette and Cricut, then it should be pretty similar with the Siser. There's just like a couple new things or different things that you have to do, like putting the blade on the inner corner of the bottom left registration mark. So you leave it there, and then you let the machine run, send it over to be cut, and then it will scan these registration marks on its own. And you can even see on the touch screen of the Siser machine, it'll like show what it's seeing. So that's really cool, and you can see how accurate it cuts. Oh, and another thing I like about the way the Siser cuts is that you can actually pause it midway. Say, for example, you realize that you put the wrong setting on, or it's just not enough like force, blade pressure. You can press pause on the touch screen, and then you can adjust it manually and then press play, and then it will resume cutting at the appropriate pressure. So it won't redo everything, but it will like continue from there with the proper pressure. So I really do like that. So another really neat thing that I really like about the Leonardo Design Studio for Siser is that you're making stickers, you know, usually what people do, or at least what I do, is I use the drawing software that I use, which is Clip Studio Paint. I usually have to draw the contour myself before I bring it into the design studio. But what's really cool about the Leonardo Design Studio is that you can actually bring your artwork without like the extra white space or colored space outside of the artwork. And then there's an option for you to select the smoothing level, so it'll trace around your artwork. And because I'm using a textured brush, it kind of looks really rough, so the contours might like reflect that as well. But you can smooth this out as much as you want to. There's like a sliding scale, and then in the next window you can select the contour offset. So that's how far you want it to cut away from your drawing. And then include contour bleed. Use this setting if your artwork border is all the same color to improve the print accuracy. So I also use this when just so I can visualize the white space, especially if you want to use like a different colored border. This is what you use that for. I just put the bleed offset to 4. But basically this is what that looks like. So you can actually play around with how much contour around your artwork you want. You can have it really small like that, or you can have it really big like that as well. You can change the color right on the design space before you even bring it in, which is really neat. I've been playing around with that, and I've been having a lot of fun playing around with it as well. And then when you hit finish, it just imports it into the file, and then you can just feel free to like adjust it as you see fit. And I don't know if you were able to see where it kind of faded out. That's because my artwork went past the registration marks. So basically speaking, when I try to send this to the design, it's not going to like recognize that there was the duck artwork there, and it's just gonna pretend that it didn't exist. So that's what happens when you put artwork outside. So it's not going to let you. So I think that's, one good thing about it is that it's a little foolproof in that way. But let's see, let's try to put it there and then send to design, and it'll still show up. So that's how that works. As far as other things that I like about the Siser compared to the Cricut, I do like that it is quieter. It is faster as well. And you can even adjust the speed on the touch screen. And it's just like the blade pressure where it's like a numeric scale. You can go from like 1 all the way up to, I don't know what the max is, but you can do all of that and adjust it to however much you like, compared to the Cricut where there was just kind of like a speed cut that you can turn on or off. So it does give you a lot more customization, a lot more power to adjust the cutting and the blade settings as to how you like it. So I really do appreciate that. Some people might not like it because there's too much like power given to you and you have to like, I guess, be mindful of all of those things. But yeah, you might like it later on, I don't know. But it's really nice. There are also different settings on the touch screen that you can use. Siser does come with like a couple presets like Siser Easy Weed HTV, a couple different like Easy Weed options if there's glitter or if you're using flock, which I'm not familiar with what that is. And then there's a tab for other where you can put your own settings and then you can rename it to how you want as well. I have one that I use for sticker. I actually haven't used it yet for sticker sheets, but again, that's like, you know, trial and error, just learning how much I need to set or how little I need to set the blade pressure to. So yeah, I'll give I don't know, I'll make a real YouTube shorts about it when I do get to make it. But I really do like that you're able to kind of make your own preset, not just work with what Siser gave you. And even those, you can actually override them if you feel like it's not enough pressure for the materials that you're using. Siser also has like a test cut feature where you can literally just press a button on the touch screen and it will do a small test cut of like a square and then a little t-shirt and then a circle inside. That's just, I guess, to test the different like things that it can do, like, you know, corners, straight lines, and then like special curved lines and stuff like that. So yeah, it's really neat, and you can test cut like paper, sticker, HTV without using a lot of material. So I do like that. Another thing that I want to add about the Siser, this is like more like a neutral comment or an observation, I guess, is that you can save your design files offline into your computer or your tablet, whatever you want. You hit save as, and it shows up as an LDS document, which is the Leonardo Design Studio document. So unlike I think the Cricut where it just saves it in the Design Space cloud, I'm not sure. So yeah, you might find that as a pro or as a con, I don't know, but that is another observation that I have. So I'm gonna share with you guys the stickers that I have made using the Siser cutting machine. This was the very first one that I created. I also shared a reel about this. I'm gonna see if I can like find it from my archive and then pull it up here on the side. But that was the first one that I ever created just to test it out. I put them really close as well and was able to make a lot out of a sheet, but then I was like, oh, these are just circles, so let me try something harder. So this was the second one, the drink your water sticker that I made. It's a little tougher, you know, like a lot more squiggly areas to go through, and I was able to really pack it as well. I was so impressed. So it cut these things without an issue, so I'm really, really thankful for that. And then other things that I made as well is this book dragon sticker. So I like that a lot. And then I also made these two stickers. I'd kind of put them in the same bag. You're terrific sticker. And then the other one is the more espresso, less depresso. These actually were in my most recent shop update from yesterday. But I'm so proud of these. I used it's focusing on my face. I used like the contour cut option to create like the colors and adjust like how much space I wanted. So it actually saves me so much time because I don't have to draw like, you know, behind my artwork anymore. I just put it into the Leonardo Design Studio and I can make it do it for me. It traces everything, like it recognizes all the the elements and stuff. So it's been really good. I don't have anything negative to say about it. Actually, so this is a minor like nitpick that I will say. Maybe it's just because I'm blind, but oh, these are other stickers as well. Let me see if I can get it to focus. But this sticker, and then this sticker I actually made for last Saturday. I very like last minute made it because I was going to a Filipino bakery and cafe, and I wanted to also pitch my shop and my services to the bakery. And it was a success, so she really liked the sticker. But anyway, I made that with the Siser machine as well. One thing that I will be a little nitpicky about is when you start having this much artwork on the paper, or maybe not even. So say for example you have like just a little bit. With my tablet, I'm not sure why, so I'm using the magnifying glass to zoom in, but it just zooms in like maximum like this view, and when I try to toggle the 100%, there's like an arrow which tells me that I should be able to like open up a drop down menu. It doesn't do anything, and it actually like resizes it so that it like shrinks again. I don't know why it does that. Maybe it's my tablet, but I find that a little weird and a little finicky. I'm not sure. For those of you who have a Siser, does this happen to you as well? I would love to know. But anyway, just a workaround is hitting view and then zoom in. You just have to keep doing that and zoom it in, however you want it. And then just use the hand tool to like navigate around the workspace. But there's that. And then also when you are trying to resize the artwork that you have, the only things, sorry about that. The only things you have to go by to tell the size are these. There's nothing else, I think, on the interface. Nothing here or at the top or at the bottom to tell you what size this is. So if you miss these, or for some reason, like, I don't know, for some reason it's on top of other artworks, you have a hard time looking at the numbers. You're gonna have a hard time. And I did this like, I think twice, where I accidentally, I misread the number because I couldn't see well. I thought it was like 2.5 inches, but it was like 2.8 or like 3 inches, something like that. I just totally missed it. And then I was wondering, I was like, why is this sticker so big when I like printed and cut it when I cut it out. So yeah, that's something different that I noticed with the Siser compared to the Cricut. There is like a top bar, a menu bar on like a ribbon on the Cricut, where if you tap on like the object, it will reflect the dimensions of it, but you just have the numbers here to kind of look at. So yeah, just my recommendation, just put it in a clear area and make sure that you look at both the width and the length, and then you can, I don't know, like group it closer to the other artwork. This is especially important if you're making print and cut stickers of different sizes and they're not uniform. Otherwise, you would only need to worry about this once and then duplicate everything else and not worry about them being different sizes. But yeah, just to do a quick recap, so far my month with Siser using the Siser cutting machine has been really great. I don't really have anything negative to say other than the things that I just mentioned previously, but it cuts fast, it's quieter, it is a bit longer than the Cricut, but that's not really something that I have a problem with, and I still have like table space to put it on, so I don't really care about that. So and it saves me a lot of space, a lot of paper space. I don't feel like anything is really wasted because I can maximize it and cut so much. I put my sticker designs so close together, and I don't feel that anxiety building up, like, oh, is it gonna, like, I don't know, just cut one of my cat's heads off this time randomly, or just like, you know, I don't know, just be misaligned. I don't have that worry, and I hope that that doesn't happen in the future either. Haven't done any sort of calibration, and it is working beautifully right out of the box. So yeah, my first month, I have pretty much all good things, positive things to say. I do recommend that you look into it if you're also looking for a new machine yourself, besides the Cricut and the Silhouette. And yeah, maybe I will do like a 6-month or 1-year update. I'm not sure. Maybe until something else arises. And I have not used like special laminates, like sparkly laminates or holographic yet, so maybe I'll make a reel about that when I do. I've only been working with matte laminate and HTV as well, and it cuts those all like very nicely. Okay, I thought I didn't have too much to say about like Siser, but it turns out that I have this much to say. But anyway, thank you so much for watching the video as always. I appreciate you guys tuning in every week, and I'm just really glad that I'm able to make content for you guys every week. If you appreciate this video and found it helpful or informative, don't forget to give a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already done so. Next week, or like this weekend, I will be going to a market, so I'm hoping to create some content for that, maybe through a reel if I don't make an actual video and things get too busy. I'm not sure yet, but yeah, I hope you guys will stay tuned for the next one, and I will see you next week. Bye!